Welcome back to Whatever Garage. In this episode, we're finally going to reassemble the engine for my 56 Chevy Hot Rod. But first, we need to paint it. Let's get started. Now, I was kidding when I said I was going to paint it with this, okay? We're going to spray bomb it with spray cans with the engine temperature. High heat stuff? Yeah, there you go. After I get rid of all the red paint, or most of it. And for that, I'm going to do the tedious job of using the smallest sandblaster I can find. And this is Soda Blaster. Got this one on Temu. I just want to try it out. I bought a big box. It's somewhere over there. I bought a big box of baking powder or baking soda. And we're going to try and clean up this block as best we can once we wrap everything up. All right, let's get to it. I was about to say we have this done, but I see a bare spot right there. This sat overnight, and I guess the humidity has gotten it, some of it pulling up a little bit. So I got a couple of spots to patch, but before we wheel this out the door, that requires me lifting it up. I'm going to take the oil pan out, and we're going to hit it with that first. And what we're going to use is, wow, I thought I bought a bigger bag. Well, we're going to use this. I doubt we're going to get a lot done with this. I should have bought several of these. But anyways, baking soda. This is 13.5 pounds. So we may end up just getting a wire wheel and wire wheeling this sucker. We'll see. Alright, so put this on, and then we'll fill up that thing and see if it works. I got the air already hooked up. That's a good question. Funnel would probably be a good answer. Yeah, probably have a scoop. It'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Already has moisture in it. Alright, doesn't work very well with moisture, but it's working. Alright, let me show y'all. So you can see the moisture. There's no powder coming out yet, that's just moisture. Only problem is, with the moisture to make that finicky. Alright, I'm going to try this again. I already have a filter over there. I added another filter here. It was clogged up in this little neck right here, but you got to take this off to do it, which means you got to unscrew it. So if this doesn't work, this is just going to be too much of a pain in the butt. And it's got a regulator on it. Well, that didn't work, did it? Not enough thread on it. Alright, I tried everything I had. I just had to go back to the normal way. Alright, I think we determined that that is too much of a pain in the ass to do that little bit. One tank did that little bit. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. That's for the wire wheel. I will be wearing a mask. I'm just going to show you. The little one, you know, is going to be able to get in there pretty good. This one's more the industrial one, you know, knock all that crap right off. But I don't want to take the tape off, so I'll probably use that on the sides. So these are the two tools I'm going to use. I'm going to put you on time lapse. Let me go get a mask. Alright, it's paint time. GHT engine paint. Titanium silver blue. Alright, that's number one. Coat number two, already in progress. Third and final. That's it. last you saw, we finished this. Painted it, she looks nice. We're gonna peel it apart and let you look inside in a minute. I got so involved in cleaning and preparing all the other parts, I forgot to film anything. And they're done. The only thing I missed was the timing cover, which I still need to scuff up. Oh, you can't even see me. Which I still need to scuff up to make sure paint will adhere to it. So we'll do that today. But the big thing we're gonna do today is start putting this together. And you can tell I'm really excited about it. I actually am. Is to get the lifters out and get them soaking. Remember I told you it's been many, many years since this motor has done anything. Alright, not gonna break it all the way down yet because I'm gonna blow this out. I'm gonna make sure I get out as much of the dirt as I can without getting it in the cylinders. We're going to keep them in order, in a line, and put them right there. And we're just going to pop these little boogers out. Yeah, I say that like it's going to be that easy, right? That one went down and it comes up. All right, we got one that moves. Okay. Let's see if we can't get the rest of them. Might require a lot more force. Up. Stuck. 5 out of 8. Yeah. We'll keep working on that. We got them all out. I had to flip it over and push those last 4 out. What we have here is some VR1 oil. Just got the built-in, what do you call it? Zinc added, not zinc added, but it's got zinc in it. So we're gonna soak these bad boys so that they will fill back up with oil. And if you couldn't tell, yes, this is pretty thick oil. This is a 2050. I used to use this for racing. All right, so while we wait for that, let's go ahead and peel it all back and reveal what we've already seen. There's nothing to reveal. It's just painted. Gotta get all the tape off. Get all these little rags out. And the first thing we're gonna do is put the crank back in. But I want to clean up those the bearings real quick, and then we will add some new grease. All the tape is off. These still have some of the, I guess, original grease in them. Let me get as much of this out of here as I can. Make sure the oil passageways aren't blocked, like that one. It's blocked with the grease. Unblock it. Not like that, we can't. Neither with that one. All right, let me go get a pick. I didn't want to push it in, I want to get it to come out. Making sure those oil passages are clear. All better. All right, we're still got a little assembly grease. I don't think we're gonna have enough to do everything. Or assembly lube, anti-seize. Oh, yep, there we go. think we'll finally quit using the cheap ass gloves and use the good ones. Watch these break just as easy. Now, granted, if you get any in the hole, when it heats up, it's gonna liquefy. But I would like to say I'm not starting off with them plugged. Here is the crank. She's been here. Since we did this. Wipe her down. Here's what we're gonna do. We already have some on there, so I'm gonna lay this in there. So I get it facing the right direction. And this is not the cleanest environment for this. How about that? I did not redirect the camera, so you're not even watching me. In that case, I am doing a great job. Too bad y'all are missing it. Set the crank in, put some assembly lube on it. Only reason I'm doing that is just to show you that yes, it moves. And of course, I wiped all that off. Now what we need to do is to unveil the rest of my stuff here. There it is. All right. And it's all in order. And all the bearings are still in them. Okay? So we will do this one by one and lube it up and place them on top, okay? And it has arrows on it with an F that says front. All right, next step. I'm not gonna tighten them down yet. I'm just gonna seat them just enough, all right? And I'm not using much force on this, okay? So don't think I'm cranking them down by hand either. I'm just getting them so they're just touching, and by they, I mean the top of the nut is just touching the surface here. And if they don't go any farther, then we don't go any farther. There we are. And then I gotta look up torque specs. I think you do it in stages of 3, but I don't remember exactly. Nope, not down yet. And it is such a nice day out here. My air conditioner is actually cycling the one in the shop, which means it's 69 degrees in here. I'm still sweating. All right, we're gonna backtrack just for a second because I did forget to do something. And if you've already left a comment about it, oh well. I should have oiled these first, okay? So we're gonna go back and oil the threads. These are, well, there's what came with it. They don't look like ARP. I could be wrong. They look stock. They don't say ARP on them, they look stock. So it says for stock, you can use oil. That's from Summit Racing, okay? So we're going to redo that. And I guess the whole purpose for that is to make sure you get the correct torque spec so these seat down properly. Looks like there's already a little bit of oil in there because I may have oiled them when I did it many years ago. Yeah, that's definitely oiled. But we will redo it just to make sure and just so you can see that I did it. Yes, it would be quicker if I had my drill out, but I want to avoid using an impact on here because even no matter how gently I use it, somebody will say something about it. Yeah, they all look like they've got oil on them, but we should make sure. So that's some of these, I didn't like the way they were going in. They're a little tight in spots. I don't know what to do. Today's Wednesday, I think. I would like to have this running Friday. A lofty goal, I know, for me. All right, let's get some orals. There's a little bit in here. I did look up the torque specs, and they're not like I remember. I guess it's the heads where you have to do them in sequential order, not sequential order, but like 20, then 30, then whatever the final one is, something like that. Do it in stages. That's the word, stages. But what I looked up for this stuff, it doesn't say that. It just says 60 outer, 70 inner. I'll relook it up, or relook at it again before I start cranking. It said nothing about doing it in stages. If we do it wrong, what's the worst that can happen? Everything just come flying apart when we start it. I can't wait to show y'all the intake. Y'all may have seen it in the background, some of the shots I've been doing, but it's my second choice, not my first. My first was the tunnel ring. But I couldn't get anybody to call me back or message me back on the damn marketplace. I guess people just don't want to sell stuff. 2 of them are still listed, and I've called them, messaged them. Guess I'm old. And still no reply. But yet their stuff is still up there. Get them down, that one's down close enough. Close enough for government work. How many times do we have to watch this, right? There's an outer cap 65, inner 70. We'll check. Oh, you're not down all the way. Come on. Now you are. All right. Outer caps 65, inners 70. But it doesn't tell me any specific order to do them in. So I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. So we start with 70. Oops, it's already on 90. I did not readjust this after I used it last. Bad me. I'm not going to crank it yet. I'm going to get them both to seat the same amount. No. I don't have any hex, not hex, but yeah, hex bits that are big enough to fit this. I got only these, and these are stripping. This is 5/8. All right, I do have one, but I had to use an adapter. Don't like to, because somebody out there will tell me how many foot-pounds of torque you lose by doing that. that is that. You want to see if it'll move? There we go. She was a little tight to start off with, and now she's set. So, what's next? Pistons, very good. And I want to oil up the cylinders. Okay, I can see a visible layer in there. I don't know if y'all can. All right, it took me a minute to remember how to do this. And the only Allen wrench I had was one of the socket ones that would fit this. So, she's now done, ready to go in. And the pistons are all marked. Saying front, back, you know, that kind of thing. Well, they just say front. Front. That would be this way. Alright. And she is right there. So we're going to gently place her in here. I'm trying to remember the best way to do this. Probably like that. I'm gonna get the crank over so it's just above it. Don't want to hit any of the cylinder walls. Okay. She's on front. So, easy does her. Getting her lined up is a booger. There we go. Now, got her turned a little bit. There we go. Just keep on tapping. See, now she's sliding real easy. And she's right on the crank. We can work with that. So she's in place, and all I'm going to do, you know what I didn't do? Didn't lube it. And by it, I mean you son of a biscuit. Here at Whatever Garage, we like to do things the bass-assward way. Back-assward. And since we're here, we'll just go ahead and lube them all up. How about that? How about that? Okay. All right, they're just set on there. They are not cranked down. And I think gloves is the wrong way to go. They're getting in the way of everything. All right, it's taken me a while, but I finally got my rhythm going. And the ring compressor, I couldn't figure out how to get it to undo very well. And when I finally did, it broke. So I need to go get another one. I'll have to see if one of the box stores around here has them. I'll get one this afternoon and get right back on them. This takes a while. I forget how aggravating this is. We're halfway there. I made a few mistakes along the way, corrected a couple of them. The other ones will just have to ride. So we'll get more assembly lube because we're almost out, and we'll get another one of those things. Call it an afternoon. All right, we just got back from the store. It's been a couple hours. I had to go pick my daughter up, and got the exact same kind I had before. But now I know how to use it. So hopefully we don't break this one. All right, this one says from 2 1/8 to 5 inch. So that's enough for us. Now, what did I learn before? I don't remember. Of course, now y'all are watching, I don't remember. I know it has to do with turning this and that at the same time, like against each other. Oh yeah, you hold it down and then turn. Okay? That way it comes out without having to stress it, like I did with the last one and broke it. Alright, in case you didn't know, now you do. Because I didn't, and now I do. Whoops! My bands are going too far, so it's probably not a good idea. There we go. Alright. Perfect. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in. So let's start with 6. Makes sense, doesn't it? 6 is already up in the air. There she is. And she's already greased up. I forgot I did. Already oiled her. Oh, it's just like glue. Dum, dum, da-dum, dum. This is more like a gel, if you look at it. Okay, now, remember, goes that way down. Front that way. And we're going to try and just push it in so we don't knock the bearing out. That was almost bad. And the bad part is I didn't have the piston, not the piston, the crank up where it needed to be. Alright, so just like the last one, put a little goop of green in here. Little Goopa Gabra. Ah, never mind. I'm just rambling. we'll be prepared for tomorrow. All right, we left off yesterday with putting the connecting rods on, so now we must tighten them. And to do so, we need to be able to get to them. So we're gonna have to rotate this, which is not gonna be fun. She's stiff, but we can at least get to these right here. So we'll start with these, and they need to be set at, let me check, hold on. Connecting rods, 40 to 45. So we will go to 45. Let's just see how they do. All right, I'm gonna seat these first because they can still go a little bit. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Oops, didn't mean to go that far. I just didn't feel the seat. Not like the other side did. Like that. All right, so 45. All right. Oh, you won't believe this. I know you can see it. Got 2 bolts in here. These are the exact same bolts that hold on the brake calipers. This is 7/16 by 20 by 1 inch. Good thing I bought a whole bunch of extras. They can double as flywheel bolts now. All right, now I need a persuader. Well, that's not doing what I wanted to do. There we go. Let me lock this out now. Here we go. Come on. Just gonna slip like that. I need another bolt in here. There we go. All right, now let's do this. Easy does it. There, now I can reach that one. Work on these 2. She was loose. All right, here we go. That's just the pan I had down there to catch all the oil dripping off. All right, now let's rotate. We did 1, 2. Let's do this one. La-di-dee, la-di-da. Watch your fingers. She's 45. This doesn't seem very tight. What am I to, who am I to judge, right? Oh, 3 times. Wait, that one moved. Alright, try this one again. Alright, good. Alright, one got some resistance. There we go. Huh. That was really loose. All right. That's all of those. Now we have, we're going to do the oil pump. One part will be finding it. Not finding it, finding the screw that's supposed to go in, or the bolt supposed to go in here. All right. I found one. And it seems to work, so we're going to go, it said between 60 and 70 foot-pounds of torque. All my measurements are in foot-pounds, okay? Alright. Now, looking at this has got all sorts of crap in the filter area. I knew I needed another one of these. I forgot to order it. So I think what I'm going to do is I will put the oil pan on without any sealant stuff, you know what I mean? And see where we go from there, okay? Now, next thing we need to do is put on this, if it'll go down. Yeah, gotta take my bolts out. Come on. Get some Vaseline for this real quick. So the oil pan sits on top of this. Remember, this is not a an older motor. This is an 80s motor here, but it's from an IROC, or was on an IROC. All right, now we just gotta find the nut and the bolts. Ah, there we go. These don't seem to be the correct ones. And that one's gonna be... I'll bring you back in a minute. This is taking forever. Okay, I thought I had a ton of timing cover gaskets, and I must have used them all on the other engine when I had problems. So I don't have any. So I'm going to make one. Seems easy enough. I made one. It's not thin like the other ones usually are, but it'll work. All I did was trace the outside of this onto my material, and then took this and came in a little bit and traced it again to get the inside. So I think we're good. And what I'm gonna do now is grease her up and slap her on. Oh, it's the other direction. just happens to be how many bolts I have. I have to look it up. I'm gonna guess this is a 7. Last one to line up. There you go. Alright. Alright. I want the gasket sealer to be right up on here. I'm getting in the groove right around the base of where the oil or the timing cover comes on, and where it makes contact with that. I don't think this one matters on this side. I don't remember. But we're gonna do it anyway. Just for giggles. Got a little dust on it from sitting around for so long. Just trying to clean her off a little bit. Perfecto mundo. We have the oil pan. Ta-da! Alright, everybody's in the groove. Alright, get all the bolts. As with most of the Chevys, the end ones are bigger. Alright, I'll bring you back. I'm just going to do more bolts and then we'll be done. Alright guys, that's going to have to do it for this episode. It's getting too long. We're going to have to cut it in half because there's just too much to do on that motor and I keep backtracking. It's hot in here, so I got popsicle. So don't say anything. I hope you've enjoyed so far what I've done. If you have any input, let me hear it. I know I've made mistakes. Trust me, I know. I think I fixed all of them. If I haven't fixed them, let me know. And in the next video, we should be able to start it. I was short a couple of parts, and tomorrow I will be going out and getting a couple of pulleys. I think that's the last thing I'm missing are some pulleys. From pulley. My lips are, my tongue's frozen, sorry. Getting some pulleys. So thank you for watching. Come back for the next part and we'll finish it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. It's been Whatever Garage. Out.